Hey, thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So today on Bitcoin and Coffee, we're going to talk about the hard fork and some more of my continuing thoughts on this. But as always, let's take a look at the marketplace. We got Bitcoin coming in around $998.34. That's not great. We took a drop yesterday. I woke up to find this morning. We're sitting at around the $1,000 mark. But as always, there's a lot of support for Bitcoin around the $1,000 mark. I think this is mostly due to the people that actually use it as a form of currency and not as much of a store of value. We got Ethereum coming in at 46.43. This isn't bad still, holding strong in the low 40s. We got Litecoin coming in at $4.17. Small gains from yesterday. We got Steam coming in at 16 cents. Not bad. A lot better than back at 7. We got Dash coming in at $102.32. That's amazing. We got Zcash coming in at $63.89. And we got Monero coming in at $21.18. So what are we going to talk about today on Bitcoin and Coffee? Well, the continuing hard fork possibility, the adoption of SegWit, the adoption of Bitcoin Unlimited, and what do I think and feel is really going to happen? Well, if you listen to both sides, you have problems with both of them. SegWit is better developed, but the point in SegWit is to put a temporary band-aid on a problem so that hopefully it could be addressed better down the road when we can come to a greater consensus on hard forking. And it's going to allow for the adoption of the Lightning Network to be built on top of Bitcoin. But the problem with that is that a lot of people are thinking that Lightning Network is going to just be like up and running as soon as SegWit takes hold. But that's not necessarily the case. Lightning Network, I mean, we're looking at 1.5 to 2 years worth of development before we're looking at a viable product. Then you look at Bitcoin Unlimited and you see that the coding isn't quite as well as SegWit because of the education, career level, investment. They're calling them second-rate coders that developed it. Yes, they did have a coding problem already where there was a problem with Bitcoin Unlimited mining a block that it wasn't supposed to. But the problem was that it was following in the Bitcoin Unlimited protocol and not in the Bitcoin Core protocol. So I guess the bug wasn't necessarily a bug if Bitcoin Unlimited was up and running. What I'm seeing here is that there's a problem is that people are looking at Bitcoin and it's the gap between whether or not Bitcoin is a store of value or Bitcoin is a form of currency used for every single day payments, even if it isn't as small as a cup of coffee, but larger things in the hundreds and thousands of dollars range. I feel that a majority of the people in Bitcoin at this time are in it for a store of value. And people are increasing and reaching out through the market, trying to make it a form of, commerce to buy and sell things. Bitcoin is developing along those lines. I think that the concept of Bitcoin Unlimited is trying to force this to happen where people are, exchanging Bitcoin back and forth to be able to pay for things. And honestly, I don't know if this is necessarily a good idea because, they're calling 2017 the year of regulation. And, I mean, we have several states that are trying to pass Bitcoin laws in both for and against Bitcoin, implementing restrictions and licenses or trying to put it into our First Amendment rights. So what do we have here? We have a situation where people are trying to force Bitcoin to grow and develop into a modern day currency, and then we have the current structure, which is a store of value, and then at the same time, pushing it forward is going to get the government going more. If everybody started using Bitcoin as a form of payment, then the government's going to be sitting there being like, whoa, where's my taxes? So I would kind of like to see neither one of them be adopted at this moment, with the way that there is no consensus and the way that there is so much arguing about the situation. I don't think it's good for the Bitcoin community. I think the best thing for the Bitcoin community is to work together, because it should be us against them instead of us against ourselves and them. It makes the concept of making cryptocurrency the money of the future so much harder to follow through with. I mean, the best way is, if you want micro payments, use Dash. Use Litecoin. Use Doggies. I mean, Doggies are well trusted. Their price doesn't go up and down in value very often. I personally own hundreds of thousands of them. There are ways around this problem. Like I was saying in one of my previous videos, a lot of this is, media and, the people out there that control larger amounts of Bitcoin and other currencies, trying to cause the value to go down of Bitcoin so they can just pick some up cheap, because eventually when we do break through this 1 block mega barrier, or 1 megabyte block barrier, there will be growth. There will be growth in Bitcoin. And this, $1,200 high that we had, and now back down around $1,000, well, I can see it definitely going into the $2,000 range. Once we can get past this barrier, everybody stops arguing. But the concept of Bitcoin becoming an everyday payment system, when that actually happens, we'll be looking at Bitcoin being worth, $5,000 to $10,000. So if you like what you've heard here, go ahead, subscribe, like, and link to my video. Below I have affiliate links to get you going on Genesis Mining with a 3% discount, get you going at Hashflare with a discount, or you can join Coinbase with my affiliate link, and we'll both get a free $10 for every 100 that you buy. I also have a couple affiliate links below to get free BTCs and Doggies. Someone asked me a question. I noticed there is a multiplayer gambling site on there. I never recommend gambling. I'm the type of person where I'd be better off throwing money out the car window and then going and try to find it later, because that's the kind of luck I have over gambling and scratch-offs. And I'd like to give a shout-out to Josh. He's a new good friend of the show. He has shown some support through using my Genesis mining code, and he has sent a donation yesterday. I really appreciate it. The other viewers appreciate it, because that's what's helping to keep me going on this, for more equipment. I got a stand. I'm in the process of ordering some other things. It's great. Bitcoin and Coffee is doing good. We're looking at coming in around 300 subscribers here. This is awesome. I'm really feeling accomplished. I didn't know if my voice mattered. I didn't know if my thoughts and opinions had much weight in the community. I didn't care. I didn't know if people actually cared about what I thought. But at the same time, I was feeling isolated at home, not finding anyone else to be able to talk to about these things and my thoughts and ideals of how I thought cryptocurrency is the biggest and best thing that could happen to the world, and how eventually this is going to be the money that we all need to relieve ourselves from the thumb of Big Brother. So if you like what you've heard here, please subscribe, like, and link my video. Please help this channel grow. Use my affiliate codes if you can to help out. If you're doing quite well, I would appreciate a donation. That would be awesome. And remember, people, keep your Bitcoin safe.